WCBI News at 6 starts now.
A man is in trouble in Knoxville County for allegedly trafficking drugs. Thank you for joining us, everyone. It was during a routine traffic stop that Ryan Mixon was stopped on suspicion of drugs in the vehicle. Winston County deputies say they smelled marijuana, but what they found was a lot more in that vehicle. The Chickasaw man is charged with 1 count possession of a controlled substance and 1 count of trafficking a controlled substance. That substance is a drug known as ecstasy. Winston County Deputy Dylan Offer says children could easily mistake this for candy, but it is dangerous and addictive.
It looks like sweet tarts or Flintstone vitamins, and our concern with the Sheriff's Department is the stuff getting in the hands of kids. You know, so we want the community, parents, teachers, everybody to know what this stuff looks like. Know it's here in Winston County and all other areas. It's here.
It really does look like candy. Mixon's bond is set at $50,000. Tishomingo County deputies also score a drug bust and put an accused dealer in jail. Friday, deputies pulled Joshua W. Hodges of Tuscumbia, Alabama, over for a traffic violation. Hodges was reportedly driving on a suspended license and was arrested. While searching his car, deputies say they found 5 ounces of methamphetamine with a street value of $5,000. Hodges was charged with felony trafficking. His bond was set at $20,000. The case is still under investigation. He could be facing more charges. An Arkansas man is facing charges in Oxford after a weekend shooting that left a woman injured. 36-year-old Derek Jones is charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of domestic violence aggravated assault. Officers responded to a shooting around 9:45 Saturday night behind a business on Highway 314. They found a female victim there. She was treated by paramedics on scene, then airlifted to a nearby hospital. Jones was taken into custody shortly after the shooting. He remains in jail in the Lafayette County Detention Center awaiting his initial appearance. An Iuka man is arrested for allegedly attacking a family member with a broken bottle. Tishomingo County deputies and state troopers were called to the Northview Apartments in Burnsville and found a woman with severe injuries to her face. Witnesses told officers the victim had been attacked by her father and the injuries were caused by a glass bottle. The suspect also suffered injuries when another individual tried to defend the victim. Iuka police were able to locate the suspect, Charles Ricky Blankenship. He was pulled over and arrested. Blankenship is charged with felony domestic violence aggravated assault. His bond set at $5,000. A backup in Pearl means a delay of local investigators. Choctaw County Sheriff Brandon Busby and his deputies continue to investigate a death behind a home on Hebron Road. Officially, the county coroner and the sheriff are waiting on the victim's identification. That can only come, though, following an autopsy at the state crime lab. A backlog there means it will be longer before the coroner can officially inform a family. The investigation began last week when a body was discovered in a shallow grave. Deputies went to serve a search warrant at the house Thursday in connection with those remains. When they got to the house, they found a pipe bomb along with some drugs. 6 people have been arrested on a variety of felony and misdemeanor charges ranging from drug possession to manufacture of explosive devices. Additional charges may be added in the case.
Lots of heat and humidity out there again on our Monday afternoon. Some towering clouds here looking east from downtown Columbus. We do have a few isolated showers and thunder showers. Some of these have petered out, but still some good downpours, especially just southwest of Fayette, Alabama. And you can see this other little downpour here east of Macon, right along Highway 14. And there's a little shower just to the east of the Barnes Crossing Mall, north of downtown Tupelo. And a few other clouds and isolated showers out there, too. This will fade away as you get into the early evening hours. So still the chance for some of these rogue storms or showers now. But after sunset, things quiet down and lows will be very muggy tonight. Mid-70s again. We'll just keep on pacing this over for the next few days here. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, and look now at coronavirus numbers here in the state. Mississippi seeing another big spike in the daily numbers. The State Department of Health is reporting 1,251 new cases in the state. 3 new deaths are also being reported. One of those deaths from Monroe County. The number of patients on ventilators has gone up. Our state health officials are warning Mississippians that the state's hospitals are being stretched. They're urging people to take the virus seriously and mask up around people, especially when you cannot practice social distancing. Well, the governor announced today he's calling for mandatory use of masks and tighter social distancing measures in 10 more counties. Those counties are Bolivar, Covington, Forest, Humphreys, Panola, Sharkey, Simpson, Tallahatchie, Tate, and Walthall. All of those join 13 other counties that have been under the additional restrictions for the past week. At today's briefing, there was a testing backlog to talk about. State Health Officer Dr. Thomas Dobbs says a couple of things are contributing to the backlog.
The private labs have been overwhelmed. That's been something that's been a specific issue with the private reference labs. So there's different ways to get a test, right? So you can do a rapid test, and then those are same-day results. But typically, most of them go to reference labs like at LabCorp, Quest, or Mayo, AEL, just to mention a few, and they've been backlogged severely, in large measure because of all the number of cases in Florida, Texas. These labs service multiple states. And so basically it's a capacity issue with the private labs.
Now, Dr. Dobbs says it could continue to be a challenge with cases on the rise in several states. Well, the president says he will start conducting coronavirus briefings again. He made that announcement today as the number of COVID-19 cases around the country continues to rise. The president has not held an event specifically focused on the virus in about 2 weeks. But he says he'll use the briefings to talk about what his administration is doing to combat the virus.
Well, we had very successful briefings. I was doing them, and we had a lot of people watching, record numbers watching. In the history of cable television, there's never been anything like it. And we were doing very well. And I thought it would be sort of automatic, and a lot of positive things were happening. And frankly, a lot of the country is doing well. A lot of people don't say, as you understand, but we have had this big flare-up. So I think what we're going to do is I'll get involved and we'll start doing briefings.
And the president went on to say those briefings will likely resume tomorrow. Well, starting today, all East Mississippi Community College campuses will be open to the public. The college had closed its doors, of course, because of the COVID-19. Bobby Martinez talked with EMCC President Dr. Scott Alsobrooks today about safety measures put in place to keep students and faculty safe for this upcoming fall semester.
The time has finally arrived. EMCC reopening its campus to the public, which now allows current and future students to see the campus firsthand to see what safety measures have been put in place to ensure their safety for the upcoming semester.
Classrooms will definitely look different.
After months of planning, it is now time to put that plan into action.
You know, everything we put together is following Mississippi State Department of Health, the CDC guidelines, and those change. And one thing we know is, it took a lot of work to get to where we are, to be prepared to bring people in, to do it safely.
Also, Brooks says students will be provided with several options for attending classes.
Classes will be live, classes will be recorded, so students can sit and watch a lecture at home, or they can watch it recorded at home if they're not comfortable coming to class.
And for those who want to attend class in person, Dr. Alsobrooks says classroom desks will be separated and classes will be divided up, lowering the number of students in a classroom at one time.
We're going to divide sections up into an A and a B and things like that, so you're only bringing half the class at one point, half later throughout the week.
Also, Brooks says it will also be a requirement for anyone on campus to wear a mask.
Requiring masks, we're using face shields, we're using plexiglass dividers between people and our faculty and our workers and students. But we're very excited. We want people to have the option to return to school. I think a lot of people feel the need to go to school. They got to get life back on track.
And if you would like to learn more on how you can register for the fall semester, it is advised to visit their website. Reporting on the EMCC campus, I'm Bobby Martinez, WCBI News.
And face masks and hand sanitizers will also be offered throughout campus as well. All right, coming up, some Choctaw County readers are on the trail of a good book. We'll follow their lead when we come back.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Andrea Self.
Welcome back, everyone. The Choctaw County Library is being creative when it comes to its summer reading program in light of COVID-19. It's called Story Walks. The library has put books on display along the pathways at all the local walking trails. Our Quentin Smith hits the trail to follow the story.
You can call it a storied walk.
I jumped a little red chicken
and she said, don't go in.
And for those walking on the trail, they're turning the pages with each step they take.
I know Papa, I'm sorry, but he was a mean old wolf.
See, the walking trail has a story to tell, and it's all a part of the Choctaw County Library's summer reading program.
Because of the COVID-19, we had to social distance, we couldn't have a lot of people inside, so we came up with the idea of doing a story walk.
The way this unique concept works is the beginning of the trail marks the beginning of the book. Each step you take, you encounter another page to read, and by the time you make it to the end of the trail, well, you've finished the book. You can then sign your name on this board, indicating you've completed the task at hand. Many see this as a way to keep students engaged with reading material while the school doors are still closed.
It will entertain your mind and keep more focused on your grade.
To me, it's stressing the importance of reading, it's stressing the importance of family time, that one-on-one time, that bonding time, even getting out and exercise. It's stressing all of those things.
Ware Mayor Shania Coffey is a longtime educator and knows the importance of having this kind of activity for the youth to indulge in. She says many times students will go without reading during the summer months. That's why she believes this is one way to help students improve their reading skills for the start of the upcoming school year.
The kids are reading, you're walking, are they walking with you? And you can turn into a little question and answer as you go by. Okay, well, what do you notice about this? What stood out in the story to you? What did you like about the story? Well, what did the main character do? Because you can have that conversation as you're walking. That's another thing I like about it as well.
It's a big deal. A lot of teachers get concerned about something called the summer slide, which is when kids have been out of school for a while and they don't practice all their skills that they've been learning and they stay glued to their televisions. And they need to be, getting out, reading, doing different things to keep their brains active.
The Choctaw County Library has story walks set up all throughout the county in French Camp, Ackerman, and Ware, and they plan to continue doing this all throughout the summer. Reporting in Choctaw County, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
Changes out the story that is featured on the walking trail. Now, 2 Choctaw County residents, speaking of reading, are doing their part to ensure that children there are staying on top of their reading. Heather Gant and Catherine Crowder have created a free library box. This is how it works. Volunteers donate books. They put them inside the box, and then the children can come grab a book and take it home to read. Gant is also an educator. She says with students being out of school for such a long time, most of them since March, this is one way to help prevent that summer slide.
We think reading is very important. We need the books to be in the kids' hands at all times. Our books range from all ages, all genders, all races. Can find a book in our little library.
And the library box is at the walking track and where volunteers can donate books of any kind. To find out how you can donate if you'd like to, you can go to our website, WCBI.com. And might I suggest going to the library as early in the morning as possible or really late in the evening?
Or just stay inside the library.
Well, you got to get the book.
I guess so. That's oh yeah, that kind of library.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Like I'm all over the place right now because I'm dreaming of this. Please fall, please. We need you so bad. Hopefully before September 22nd. That's the official beginnings of fall. Your full forecast is next. Stay with us.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
All right, if you're heading out to area lakes tomorrow, maybe some streams too, do watch out for some scattered showers and storms. Temperatures in the 90s. The heat index may be over 100 degrees, much like the last couple of days, and a 30, 40 to 50% chance for some pop-up showers and storms out there. Our clouds in Tupelo today moving across our landscape. You can see earlier this afternoon bubbling up and down. Now, I just moved our camera looking due north of downtown. You got just east of Barnes Crossing Mall. We've got a pretty good thunderstorm out there. Look at that downpour right here. A nice rain shaft. And then you get on the west side of it, we have nothing. But at the airport, it's 96. Underneath that, much, much cooler with that refreshing downpour. So consider yourself lucky if you are seeing a little bit of rain out there this afternoon. And there's a towering cloud visible from Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon looking to the southeast. That's over in Fayette County, Alabama. So these things pop up, will produce the thunder and lightning, and then collapse. You can see that downpour right there. And a few other blips here back down to the southwest. We've been watching a few trying to get closer to Columbus. Those may or may not develop here going into the early evening hours. And we just are watching that one there blow up just north of Tupelo. That will collapse here very, very soon. And then all of this goes away as we get into the evening hours after sunset. Temperature still in the mid-90s where it has not rained with the heat index in the triple digits. A little bit cooler though over in Birmingham where they've had some showers and storms as well. So in Smithville tomorrow we start out in the 70s, pretty quiet, but as we go throughout the course of the day, look at that. Highs back into the 90s. Already around 90 by 11 o'clock with some scattered showers and storms bubbling on up here with all of that summertime heat and humidity. So we're moving temperatures down just a little bit on the ruler here with the expected clouds and the showers and storms around. So what we do have will fade away this evening. We'll have a quiet start to our Tuesday, tomorrow afternoon. There you go. More scattered showers and storms, lightning. Nice breezes, some heavy downpours underneath any one of those. Those will go away after sunset tomorrow night, much like this night. And as we get into your Wednesday, go figure, more scattered showers and storms across our region here. So that's the way it's looking in the near term. Let's go right to your AccuWeather 7-day forecast and see where we're headed for the next 7. No big changes, a 40 to 50% chance of rain tomorrow, probably same ballpark on Wednesday. Low to mid 90s here for the next 7 days. Can't rule out some scattered showers and storms here, but do plan on more heat and more humidity than anything else.
The high school football tour heads to Ackerman for the Choctaw County Chargers. Catch the preview coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
The high school football tour continues on in 3A ball. The Choctaw County Chargers return after a strong first season under head coach Jeff Roberts. This year, however, the Chargers are looking towards a gold ball. Choctaw County is stop number 29 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
It took us a couple games to kind of get in the right rhythm. We ended up winning, I think, 10 in a row to finish off the season, and it was more of everybody learning about each other, coaches, kids, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and getting everybody in the right direction.
The Choctaw County Chargers can feel accomplished with the direction the team is headed in. In head coach Jeff Roberts' first season, the Chargers finished the regular season 8-3 and made it all the way to the division championships. The 10-game win streak came after Choctaw County started the season off 1-3.
I'm more proud of the kids than anything because, you know, you start 1-3, have 2 tough losses back to back, and you could easily put your head down, but instead, you know, we just went back to work on that next Monday.
That's the positive momentum that the Chargers want to build on for the 2020 season. Although Choctaw County loses all area running back to Chenzo Miller, the Chargers maintain some critical players known to put up numbers in bunches.
Obviously, Tylen Carter, quarterback. He's been the starting quarterback for, this will be his 3rd year as starting quarterback. Quez McNeil, he's going to be he's going to probably be our go-to receiver. And he's probably, you know, somebody else will step up into another spot.
All I know is you got full speed every time, every play, go hard as you can. I've learned that across the years, and I think it's going to help us my senior year.
Choctaw County lost a good amount of talent in both the offensive and defensive line. However, the Chargers aren't concerned with filling those holes.
So we've lost a pretty good little amount of the defense and on the offensive line, but somebody's going to step up into those roles, and that's, you know, that's just kind of how you're always going to do that. It's, you know, it's high school. You're not recruiting. It's high school football. Somebody's going to develop into that role because they want that role, and there's some want to and will power to get that job. So
I hope everybody, you know, we just want everybody pitching. You know, we don't want nobody to do, you know, just a bigger role. We want everybody to work together and make sure the chemistry is harder. So one person is not like left out the pitcher. Just make sure everybody working together and making plays all at the same time.
Choctaw County starts the season off against Calhoun City on September 4th.
We want that gold ball, baby. That gold ball.
With the Chargers on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with Choctaw County High School is brought to you by Ackerman Discount Drugs and Bank of Kilmichael.
And here's a look at all of the stops we have to look forward to in the coming days. Choctaw County out of the way, although if you want to see it again, you can always tune in tonight at 10. Tomorrow we get back to it with stop number 30, Belmont on Tuesday, already in the 30s. Can you believe that halfway through the high school football tour. And then stop number 31, Houston. Stop number 32, Noxubee County on Thursday. And then we head into Academy Week. For any of those stops you've missed, you can always go visit our website at WCBI.com. That's it for sports. More for you when we come back.
Clockwork, this time of day we'll have some towering clouds, and these isolated showers and storms will produce some lightning, some refreshing breezes, good downpours here. A lot of this, if not all of this, fades away just after sunset, and we'll just do it again for the next week.
You mentioned fall earlier in the newscast.
Bring it
because
on.
you saw the Halloween candy out
It's
this
out.
weekend.
Bring it on. More candy out there.
We're ready for it. Christmas decorations, bring it on.
Set up the tree tonight.
Exactly. All right. That's the news at 6. We'll see you back tonight.